In the backyard again. Welcome to the Backyard Professor Responds videos. Absolutely perfect day. 77 degrees in Idaho, no wind. I'm going to see if I can get out and do some UFO hunting tonight with my Sea-Star telescope. I'm going to have to hurry and record this and then go take a nap at 7 o'clock Saturday evening. It's not about what you think of Ross Coulthart that matters in my particular response here. I have questions for all of the various UFO contexts, concepts, people involved with the UFO issues, etc., that aren't going to be answered for a while. It's all good because it is an ongoing investigation. But what Ross Coulthart says in this clip is really intriguing, quite frankly. Disturbing, quite frankly. Angering, quite frankly. And I'm hoping to get a chance to discuss issues one-on-one with people. Jesse Michaels just dropped a video a couple of days ago with James, I can't even remember his name, been too long. I've been shopping all day, getting ready to go to Contact in the Desert. Jesse Michaels' interview with the Skywatcher guy, really good interview, 2 hour long. He talks a lot about their early days and early attempts and what they're trying to accomplish. And of course, no real good video yet, but they're trying to get to the point to where they can invite the craft to land sometime by June. He said 6 months back in January. Well, we're almost to June, and we haven't seen it yet. But you know, it's a process. I'm willing to give the Barber team the whole year. We'll see what they come up with it. But you know, Ross Coulthart saying all hell is going to break loose in 2025 just has not materialized, and neither did this subject that Ross is talking about, and the reasons why, potentially. And this is so unfortunate. This is why we UFO enthusiasts, professionals, whoever you are, I'm not one, people who are trying to share as much news, history, philosophy, religion, and evidence of UFOs are continuing on, but we have some speed bumps in the road. And in some instances, some of those speed bumps have become an absolute granite wall. Let's take a listen to this clip, and you'll see what I mean.
When I know, for example, Trump's been briefed, you know what's going on? He's scared. He's scared they're going to kill him if he reveals what he knows. That's what I've been told. You have a situation where your potential president is terrified of speaking about the UAP issue because he's scared they're going to knock him. I'm not kidding you. I'm not making this up. This is serious. You know, you have a national scandal at the heart of this. It's not just about UFOs. It's about your country. It's totally screwed unless you resolve this issue. It should be the dominant political issue. If you can get this secret out, the world will change overnight. And I've heard that from people in the program. They're deeply, deeply angry that this secret is being suppressed. They see no good reason. One of the reasons it's being suppressed is because America has made weapons, dreadful weapons. Are you proud of that? Is that really what we want to do from technology that we've obtained by using offensive weaponry against a fairly benevolent, non-human intelligence? Is that really how we want to define our first contact? because that's what we're talking about here. And I don't know how to communicate this more seriously.
So I really do remember when I was pretty enthusiastic when Trump began to put very pro UAP personnel into his administration. I was mildly skeptical, but mildly hopeful that he would be able to help get disclosure pushing forward. Here we are in the middle of May, and now Coulthart drops this out for us to realize that we may not ever get disclosure from our government because there are people more powerful than our president of the United States who is stopping it. Are we okay with that? Coulthart asks some very pointed, poignant questions. I don't know the answers to that. I'm not okay with it, but to be entirely, without question, honest about it, what am I going to be able to do about it? I'm doing YouTube videos. Is that helping? I haven't got a clue. I literally, astonishingly enough, am absolutely powerless. And yet it is supposed to be a government of the people, by the people, for the people. That's the ideology. It's a fantastic sounding ideology. The reality is nowhere near that. So it seems to me like we have barriers. And just a few videos back, I expressed my forlorn, I was pretty much giving up. It's not going to be disclosure by the government anyway. It'll be by the ET. It'll be by the NHI when the truth comes out, when they're good and ready to do so. I'm still of that mindset without question. So I'm not going to expect the government. It's why these events like Contact in the Desert are so important. It's why various interviews of people who are attempting to call in or invite in, if you will, the UAPs is so important, because we the people are the only way we the people are ever going to find out what is real. Someone else is not going to be able to tell us what is real, because our government, for whatever purpose, point, is so paranoid that all they can think of is making weapons to kill anyone who opposes them. Ross Coulthart's question is extremely interesting. Is that the way we want it? Well, what can we do about it? Now, the new interview from Jesse Michaels with this Skywatcher team member just 2 days ago, he says they have called in sorties. And he says we can be very successful with that. He is supposing that a few of them have landed, but they come in from the top and then they level out and go parallel to the ground. He said some of them came in at an angle and disappeared behind a ridge and never came back up. So he assumes, he doesn't know, and he says so. Did they crash? And then, of course, it rained for 2 solid days. They couldn't get out into the desert for another week to go look for it. They haven't found any evidence of any crash or let alone of any kind of landing. So the supposition is that some have landed, but he claimed that there are crafts that have been accepted and taken, and that someone on the planet has possession of those crafts and are working on it. We don't even know that. See, this is part of the secrecy that we're never going to find out, right? So, in the meantime, everyone is assuring us it's real. It's real. They're real. You know, Colonel Carl Nell and Alexander and Jim Semivan and several military personnel, whistleblowing people also from the military, from elsewhere, etc. We've had hearings of Congress, etc. It's real. Okay, we'll accept that. We've got to find a way to advance beyond establishing it's real and get to the point to where, can we yet meet our cosmic neighbors and begin to learn about them? Can we begin to interact with them? Well, as long as the military mindset is in charge and all they want to do is shoot them down out of the sky so that we can take their technology for ourselves in order to do evil, wicked, weaponized things against our own humanity, we're never going to make it. They're not going to show up and interact with us very peacefully, I would propose. So it's a vicious catch-22. It's a horrible situation that we find ourselves in because we're all powerless. Voting doesn't mean a thing. That's irrelevant. You don't vote the government into telling you their secrets. If you think that's the way it's going to happen, I mean, I'm sometimes totally ignorant and pretty naive about a lot of what the government does, but it won't happen through a vote of we the people, because we're the cattle. We don't even matter anymore. Once companies get to the trillionaire type of level of money and power, no one else matters. And I know that's pretty harshly negative, but I mean, show me I'm wrong, you know? So I hope we can persevere. That's about the best I can offer. I think there's a pleasure and a joy in trying. Whether you succeed or not, I don't know. I mean, looking at the sky as often as you can and failing to see anything of significance is part of the process, so that if and when you really do capture something anomalous, it is pretty exciting, or it could be. I can't speak from experience yet, but I've read others' accounts and I've seen other people and I've heard from other people who do claim they are experiencers. And it seems to me like it's a life-changing thing. I hope maybe within the next week and a half or so, I can have that life-changing experience for my own. We'll see. So I'm just saying that this subject is in the situation it's in because it is the most important subject in the world. And the wrong people got to it first. And we're going to pay that price for a long time to come in them being secret. But there is an end run around, because they don't own the skies and they can't stop the UAP and NHI from visiting whoever they want to communicate with. And there's myriads of books out there talking about just this very subject of the NHI visiting lots of other people and discussing things with them that they don't tell anyone about until they're interviewed. So Uh, my overarching message is there's been a deep pessimism that's gone over, a very, very deep pessimism for sure. 90% of the comments on Patrick at Vetted, his explanation of Jesse Michaels' interview, they are all negative. And that's unfortunate, but it is because of the secrecy and the lack of evidence. But it is also because of a specific type of mindset that we have been taught is the only correct mindset, that the only way to learn truth and reality is through someone in authority. That's why we wait to be told what is real. And yet we do have people who say, well, I didn't wait, and the payoff is enormous. The payoff is I now know for myself it's real. Well, most of us are still in the brainwashed phase of, well, you're just hallucinating, you're psychotic, you're schizophrenic. I mean, we will label and identify the person and then poo-poo them in our abject, dismal, complete, entire ignorance, thinking that we're right when we really could be the most wrong. But if you're going to wait for an authority government or an authority figure to tell you the truth, you'll live and die ignorant of what the truth is. None more so than on this subject. That's my view. That's why the more I investigate this, the more I explore and review others' ideas, others' videos, which is a very necessary part of the process, the more I am encouraged to do this with my own self. And that is why I'm going to Contact in the Desert. That is why I am attempting to look up at the skies for myself. And I will try to share as best I can the video that I get, and I will try to make as good of a video as I can. But I'm here to tell you, honestly, goodness, running a C-Star telescope and a night vision binocular and a Nikon D7100 and a cell phone, etc., all at once with just me, that's not such an easy job to do. So my quality is going to be less than stellar. I have no doubt of it. But I'm going to get out there and try. I'm going to try to find a group of local enthusiasts whom we can all gather together, make time in our schedule so that we can all get together with our cameras and do it together as a group locally. That would be hopefully a better solution to this really huge problem that I see. So that's my Backyard Professor response tonight. And hope you guys are going to have a great Memorial Day weekend. Happy Memorial Day. And I will catch up to you soon, just as soon as I find more good stuff to talk about and show you on video. If I can, the sun's still up pretty good. It's 7:15. I'm going to go see if I can get 4 hours of sleep or so tonight so that I can go out and watch the sky. And yes, I will post it tomorrow. And we'll see what happens. Thanks for watching.